Welcome, guys, today to my recap and review of the pilot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I know I've been behind on this, so please do not get mad at me, or if you're viewing this. I'm just trying to do my job. Obviously, there are spoilers in this review, so if you haven't seen the pilot, which I don't know why you haven't yet, if you actually care about the show, well, as far if you're watching this review, um, I will review. I will. This is a recap and review, so it should be obvious that there's going to be spoilers. So anyway, let's get down to business. We as we first I'm going to be recapping it, then I'm going to redo a review. Anyway, as we start off the episode, our main hero, played by J. August Richards, he's a normal guy named Michael Peterson. He's out shopping with his son Ace, um, and then a building explodes. And as he climbs up the building, he has, as we can see, he has powers, and he gets into a building and saves a woman before while the building's on fire. uh, a woman in the crowd of the people that are watching. We know her as Sky now, who's one of the main characters in the series. Uh, Witnesses this event. Meanwhile, Agent Grant Ward uh, is in Paris, France, recovering some Chitauri tech. He gets some Chitauri tech. We learn in the scene after that it was some counterfeit Chitauri tech from the Avengers, and he's a no nonsense guy. We get to see that he's action. He's he's the guy who gets in there, gets his job done, snaps necks, does whatever he needs to. Um, so yeah, he takes it to a secure shield base, and then uh, as he's being debriefed by none other than Maria Hill, played by Kobe Smoders, who will probably be joining this show as a regular after How I Met Your Mother ended, or a recurring character. Um, anyway, like that. Yeah, she debriefs him and starts talking to him about what the shield mean to him, and everything, uh, whatever all of these events that have occurred in the MCU mean to him. Suddenly, Agent Phil Coulson comes out of nowhere. Uh, yeah, Agent. His first name is Agent. He comes out from around a corner. He was considered dead, and he's resurrected. That's all you need to know. And if you're watching the series, you already know that. We are not sure about the details of his event at the current moment, but as the series progresses, we will soon learn about that. Anyway, Uh, we learned that Nick Fury faked his death and was sent to Tahiti, which is out in the Pacific near French Polynesia, or is French Polynesia, whatever. He got time off and everything like that, and he's happy to be back. Uh, and hey, level 7. Um, and yeah, and that, yeah, they're gonna investigate the group, the hacker group called Rising Tide. Um, if you didn't know, uh, the show is actually getting sued by a group called the Rising Tide. There's an actual like activist group out there called the Rising Tide, and they're getting sued for some reason or another. But Rising Tide is basically like the MCU's equivalent of Anonymous, and everything all anonymous. I don't even know. I wouldn't say it entirely, but yeah, that's basically what they're basing them on. Those groups like that. Um, Melinda May. Melinda May gets recruited by Coulson, who's we learn she has a dark past. Basically, she's uh, not willing to fight, and she's just doing desk work. And he actually convinces her to drive which is the bus, which is their secret base, or not secret base, but their plane. A joke that everyone said, "Oh, why is if Shield is so secretive? Why do they put their logo on everything? That's a funny joke, but anyway. In the next scene, we get Sky meeting with Mike, our friend Mike, and warns him about Shield and everything like that. So yeah. Oh, we also get a line of dialogue called "With great responsibility." Sky says it. With great responsibility comes a ton of weird crap. Obviously, they can't use it, but that's probably the closest we'll ever get to see Spider-Man being referenced or used in the MCU. But I have heard Sony and Disney Marvel are on speaking terms and are like looking at Fox like they're on equal ground, and they basically will come together eventually once Sony uh, is done making money off of Spider-Man, and they don't really can't use him anymore. They've ran out of ideas, well, at least ideas that they can use, and they're probably going to sell the rights back to them eventually, because yeah. Um, but anyway, as we learn about this, Coulson, basically Sky after this Sky uh is broadcasting, and she's like talking about how she the injustices of Shield and everything. But anyway, Coulson and Ward show up, and they slide open the door. They get Sky. They question her, take her back to the bus, and then she is like acting all silly and mentions Project Centipede, which is um probably connected to Hydra and AIM and all this crap. Um, yeah, they talk about Project Centipede, which is underground, and the Shield hasn't heard of this. So anyway, Coulson injects Ward with truth serum, and allows Sky to question him, and basically with the trust, with this is a trust thing between Coulson and Sky, and Ward is just, "Oh, I'm the big dopey dude," and yeah, we get a big funny silly scene. Um, and then Coulson, we meet Leo Fitz and Gemma Simmons. They're the brother sister duo of the team, and they send them out with who's it, Melinda Bay to investigate the scene, and they basically discover this. They discover everything with that. Um, Next, we get to see Mike uh, basically go back to his former boss that he lost his job from. I forgot to mention Mike Peterson is a down on his luck dude. He's basically the result of 2008 economic collapse type thingy. Um, and he's lost his job. His wife left him. He's trying to support his son. Just he's a good dude, but he's not had a lucky streak. So he goes back to his boss, and it looks like anger effects are starting to take hold of him, and he basically angrily injures his former boss. I'm not going to mention his name. I'll leave that up to you because I'm a yeah, you know I'm a nerd. But he goes to visit the woman he saved from the hospital, and the doctor, and it's revealed that she was the doctor that implanted him and basically gave him his powers. The centipede, Project Centipede, the centipede on his arm, his forearm, and uh, then Fitz and Simmons investigate it, and they discover that it's a combination of all known causes of superpower: alien tech, gamma radiation, super soldier serum, and an extremis, which is the big connection to Iron Man 3. That's the big reveal this episode. Well, and we know that someone's behind Project Centipede, so we don't know who this was, and yeah. And they basically investigate the scene, and they discover that an angry man blew up the building. Yeah, the guy that was before Mike Peterson, well, he kind of went extremis on the place. Went Aldrich Killian on the place, which I would say wasn't very good. So that's the cause of that explosion at the beginning. Um, Basically, uh, Peterson. Yeah, and they discover that they basically make a connection between Mike and that dude, and they realize it. And basically, Sky, we know that's not her real name. She basically has erased her records. Um, Mike goes to her and makes her, like, captures her, takes her hostage, and abducts her and makes her erase all of his records. So, um, yeah. Uh, at the train station, a gunman sent by the doctor, um, an assassin basically, at the train station. They show up. Mike Peterson's at the station. He's taking the Ace with him, and Sky, and is at the station. Is having an emotional breakdown. At the station, he gets in a fight with some people, and yeah, in the assassin tries to take him down because obviously they don't want. They're trying to cover their back. They're a Hydra subgroup, and we know that the Red Skull is going to be out in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Well, that's my prediction. Um, but basically, they take the Night Night gun, which is basically stabilizes a unstable person, and knocks them out. And yeah, so there's that whole thing. And then the biggest, probably my favorite scene of the episode, even though it's cheesy for some people, is when they go to Lola. Don't touch Lola, by the way. Don't touch Lola. Um, yeah, it's Lola, the flying car. It's a callback to Captain America: The First Avenger, Howard Stark's flying car. Also, reference to Helicarrier, and yeah, also a reference to Nick Fury's car back in the 60s comic. His car, I forget what it's called. And they talk about an 084 Ford. They get an 084 Ford called in, and that leads to the next episode. So you'll have to wait for that. Uh, anyway, um, anyway, I just wanted to say this is a great pilot episode, even though it's not perfect at all. It's not perfect for. It's not perfect. Uh, the cast is still working out some of their kinks and um, everything like that. So definitely, just the cast is working out their kinks. The plot is very simple. It's something you've seen before in a superhero show like Smallville or something. It's Guy on the Run. My favorite part of the episode had to be the discussion between Mike Pearson, that emotional moments in the train station where Coulson, they're standing him down from exploding, and it's just so emotional then, intense. I just love that part of the episode. Um, yeah, a great pilot episode and sets it up perfectly for the series. Uh, no comic related characters in this episode, but that's to be expected. They're saving budget, okay? They're not going to have Luke Cage the first episode. Come on, anyone that expected 5 superheroes an episode is a complete retard. I'm sorry. Oh, and no offense to anyone with that word. I'm sorry about saying that. Anyway, I just wanted to say, yeah, if I had to give this episode a rating, I would give it a 4 out of, actually a 4 out, it would be a 4 out of 5, actually. It was a good, well, let's not do 4 out of 5. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Mike Peterson, he's gonna be a character to appear later in the seasons. They're probably gonna use him in the future because he's gonna be on Shield side, obviously now because they saved his life, and he'll probably be like have an undercover identity, um, or something like that. Maybe they'll set him up as a future Marvel hero, and he'll be renamed or something like that, a Shield agent that we know and love from the comics. I don't know who. Um, But anyway, I'd have to give this episode a 9 out of 10. Great episode, as I've repeated once again. Uh, it's what all you want from a pilot, and obviously the pilot isn't going to stack up to the rest of the series. It's a 9 out of 10. I've said that before. Okay, but anyway, it's obviously not going to stack up with the rest of the series. But anyway, guys, this has been my review slash my recap slash review of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Episode 1 pilot, and I hope to see you guys next time for my next review, which should be the second episode 084 and third episode The Asset. So anyway, guys, this is Alcaldi for now, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.